Hey guys, James here again, and today we're with something really cool. The FX Maverick. Now this is the 177 12 foot-pound version, so this is the UK friendly version for anybody that's not got a firearms licence. And it's kindly been sent down to us by the guys at the Sportsman Gun Centre, obviously the new distributor for FX. Now this is the latest in the lineup, so today we're going to have a look through, have a look at the specs, see where I think it falls into place in the lineup, and see how it performs. So anyway, let's get into the specs. So the version that we have here is what I would call the standard. So you've got a 480cc carbon fibre bottle. They do a compact that comes in at 300. You will obviously get less shots, it's a little bit shorter, etc. You can also get a cylinder version as well if that's your way, if the carbon bottles aren't your thing. And again, they come in full length and in a compact version. Now moving back, it's very typically FX. You get this tactical styling. It's all metal construction, apart from obviously your butt pad at the back, which is rubberized. So it's built to the usual FX quality that you would expect. Now, one thing that I did quite like while we're on the sort of subject, should we say, of quality, was the rail. Now this has 20 MOA already built into it. So if you're looking at shooting longer ranges, if long range slugs or targets is your thing, you've already got a bit of an MOA advantage here, so you're not going to have to rinse your scope as much on the clicks. That was a cool addition. I quite like that. And again, for anybody that's seen the Impact before, you have the rails in all the usual places. Again, really well thought out. If you want to put your lights, lasers, all that kind of stuff on, plenty of hardware for you to be mounting onto. So let's have a look at the guts of the rifle. Now, for anybody that's seen one of the newer generation wildcats, you'll be able to see that there are certain similarities to be found here. So although it looks like an Impact per se, the cocking lever and the way all the action is connected is virtually identical to that of the wildcat in the form of this bar here that connects the lever to the probe at the back, and then that obviously cocks all the hammer, etc. You will also find the adjustable power wheel. Now obviously with the UK version, guys, you're not going to be able to go over sub 12 foot-pound. But if you are working in a warehouse or whatever, and you don't need the full 12 foot-pound, you can turn it down or tune it to whatever pellets you're looking at going for. That really is where the similarities sort of end to the wildcat. And this is the funny bit and the interesting bit, really, and why this gun has created such a buzz: the dual regulators. Now, most guns will only come with one regulator. That's just been the industry standard for as long as I can remember. And, you know, some companies still to this day are not using regulators. Is what it is. But what FX have done here is, and as far as I'm aware, this is the first time it's been done in an air rifle, is to use two regulators. So obviously you imagine you've got a lot of pressure. If you charge this up to, say, 300 bar, for example, if you're asking one regulator to adjust from 300 to 50, that's a lot for a small regulator to take in. So again, this is my take on where I think this dual regulator stuff comes in. You're almost pre-regulating. You've got one regulator that takes the bulk of the air pressure out, and then allows the second regulator, which is the one that delivers the final puff of air to your pellet, to do a lot better job, because it's not having to struggle. You're sending a smaller amount of air to it. It can then regulate it better, giving a far more consistent shot. Now, it's a cracking idea. I genuinely don't understand how it's not been done before. But FX, being the guys that they are liking to push things forward and develop and come up with new things, have done it. And it's crazy. I mean, the shot consistency that we've got from this, looking through the FX radar, has just been phenomenal. I think we're going to safe to say at least one company that seems to be producing very FX-looking guns will probably end up copying this. I don't think this is going to be the last time we see it on an air gun, and I genuinely think this may become the new industry standard. But fair play to you, FX, you guys have beaten them to it. So it's all good and well having all of this good technology, but how accurate is it? For a lot of people, that's all that matters. Now, all of these guns come with the superior liner. Obviously, the intention with the Maverick is to be better suited to heavier projectiles, hybrid slugs, and just be a bit more of a kind of a high-powered slug rifle. So for us sub-12 guys, it's not going to matter too much, but you do get the superior liner, which is a lot better. It's sort of free floating in there. You can change it out if you do want to put a slug liner, or if you've got an old STX liner, you can adjust it and change it to whatever you want. But for me, shooting this out the box, it's been phenomenally accurate. Groupings have been on point. Probably some of the better ones that I've come across from a gun in this price bracket. Easily is comparable to my Impact, in the sense that if you want it to drop, it drops. If you want to hit that 5p piece, you can hit it. It's as accurate, well, it's more accurate than most shooters will ever be. And I think a lot of that comes down to obviously a really good barrel system, and obviously the consistency from a better regulated air source. So as long as you've got a decent form of pellets, so if you weigh them, make sure they're all consistent, or if you've got slugs, make sure they're all the same, profiles not damaged, all that good stuff. If you give this gun the best chance, it will deliver. And that's what I really like. So again, accuracy, no questions, no issues from me at all. So, one thing just to bear in mind as well, the barrel, it is shrouded. You'll notice on the front here that I have a Donny. Now this is one of the FX sort of Donnies that he's done. It's super quiet. In fact, we're empty. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Let's give it a try, shall we? And that's from inside the deer hide. Phenomenal. What you will notice is because it is so quiet, you will hear the hammer releasing. Obviously, it's a free-floating hammer. So when it's under tension, it frees itself. You will hear that a lot. It will do a bit of a ping in your ear. It's not damaged, it's not broken. It's just the nature of the design and the fact that the rest of it is so quiet. Well played. So where do I think this is going to fit in the market for people looking not necessarily at an FX, but for those that want a new air rifle? Now the Wildcat, because it was so compact, was a bit Marmite. Some people really liked it, like myself. Others just couldn't get on to it, which is why a lot of people then gravitate towards the Impact, normal rifles like the Crown, etc. Now what I think this rifle does is give you all of the benefits of the Wildcat in its operation, the power adjustment, the accuracy, etc. But in the feel of an Impact, but a lot less. Obviously the Impacts come in, I think they're at £1,800-1,900 at the moment. This is retailing for £1,400 on its own. So it's a lot less money, but you're getting a lot more. You've got the dual regulators, again, game changer. You've got your power adjustment. You've got a decent cocking lever, but you haven't had to pay out for an Impact. So I think this is going to be a really good option. If people are out there thinking, I really want an Impact, but I can't afford one, get a Maverick. It just makes sense. And I think that's where they're going for. As I say, the design of the Wildcat could be a bit Marmite. The Impact is very expensive. Why not put something with some new technology, slap bang in the middle of it? And I think that's what they've done here, and they've done it very well. Okay, so what do I think? Now, in the time that I've had the Maverick, I have to say I've been really impressed. Build quality is exactly what you would expect from FX. Shot count is up there. I think it's like 600 shots we're getting per fill from the 480cc bottle. It's just a really, really nice little rifle. The only minor gripe that I just... Again, this is just being petty, was the placement of the fill probe here on the side. You can sometimes find, if you're walking along, or if you're holding it like so, it can just dig in to your palm. I would have liked to have seen that on the bottom, but again, I appreciate why it's been done, because you get the extra bit of furniture here and the grip. In the grand scheme of things, it's just me being really, really picky. That's one of the only negatives I've been able to find. The safety catch, you can put it on or off, whether the gun's loaded or not. Super smooth to cock, very quiet as you saw there, incredibly accurate, filled with tech, and for £1,400. I mean, it's a lot of gun for the money, especially when, at the moment, I'm seeing air rifles coming out for £2,500 now. It's a lot of money, it's getting silly. This does it all, and it's going to be a lot less. So a huge thank you to the guys at Sportsman Gun Centre for making this review possible by supplying the rifle. Obviously, if they aren't local to yourselves, or you've got a preferred local shop, I know I use the gun room quite a lot down in Ivorybridge. If they've got an account with Sportsman, they can get these FXs in. They are holding stock. They're easy to ship down. They can sort you out. It's not like the old days. The old days are gone in the UK. If you want an FX, you can get an FX. So again, huge thank you to them. If you've got any questions, any comments, or if you've got one of these yourself and you want to let me know how you're finding it, feel free to put them in the comments box below. I will try and get back to everybody as much as I can. Obviously, certain questions I can't answer, but if I can and I can help you, I will get back to you. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Plenty more coming from me, hopefully very soon. Obviously, with all the stuff that's going on with coronavirus, it has been difficult getting out. I've been lucky. I've taken sort of 20 minutes today whilst out doing some pest control work to bring you this review and to get this done for you. So I hope you're all keeping safe, keeping well, and I hope your families are all doing the same as well. Until the next video, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.